Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. So for today's speed art discussion, I'm going to be talking about ways you could be misunderstanding the autistic in your life. Now, believe it or not, I think we are one of the most misunderstood people because of the communication gap, because social cues, socializing are the one things that we absolutely suck at. But this is to help you better understand that autistic in your life. Whether it be a friend, cousin, sister, brother, this guide is here to help you out. I'm going to have a blog post on this that'll be live later on. You can follow my WordPress blog, so my posts will go live and you will see them when they're up. So, the way I see it, talking to neurotypical, basically talking to anyone, is like playing chess. Wrong move, you lose the game. And the way I see it, saying something that upsets them or offends them is the checkmate and you lose the game because you don't know what to say. You struggle to know. So I list a few instances where you could possibly misunderstand that autistic in your life. And the first two are regarding details and asking follow-up questions. Our brains have difficulty filtering the information we get because it's so cluttered. Think of a messy room. So when we ask follow-up questions or need more details, it's because we legitimately need those details, not because we want to annoy you or interrogate you. And we don't intend to make you feel interrogated. So I have some examples. The first example is when I was in school in the 10th grade, we were at this group. A girl was explaining when she heard teachers doing something they shouldn't in the classroom. And it did not add up to me because I didn't know what time it happened. And I can assure she didn't say at 2 o'clock or at 12 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So I was saying, what time did this happen or how could it have happened? And she thought I was trying to annoy her, and then she did get annoyed and saying I'm asking too many questions when all I wanted to know was what time did this happen? How could it have happened when teachers lock the classroom when they're not using it? And if she didn't know, then she should have said, well, I don't know. So-and-so told me. So she thought I was trying to annoy her when I really wasn't. So if she had to start her story with at 2 o'clock, so-and-so, then I would have better understanding. Or she would have said, I don't know the full details. I'm just telling you what my friend so-and-so told me. And as to the details, there's no hidden agenda. We need the details. And this example is I post content on Steemit.com, and at the time I was struggling to earn on my posts. And this person was telling me about a service that they use that they feel will help me. Now, what they were telling me didn't give me enough ideas about the service. Like, I was trying to figure out, was it automatic? Or did I have to submit a post that I felt deserved more attention? And they saw me as being picky when I wasn't. I wanted more information on this service to make sure I get a better understanding, to understand how to use it. They thought I was just trying to be picky with my questions. So again, if someone needs more details, they need details. There's no hidden agenda. They're not being picky. They're not being difficult. They just need the details. Remembering people. We have issues with remembering people out of context. Like if you're used to seeing them with a specific hairstyle, or you're used to seeing them at a specific place, and then they say they change their hairstyle, or you meet them at a different place. At first, you might not recognize them. You're like, okay, who is this? This could be seen as, oh, I'm not important, or oh, they don't remember me, or oh, they don't care about me. But in reality, we're just not used to seeing you at this place. So say you're used to seeing each other at school, and then you want to see each other at the movies. Then you're just not used to seeing that person at the movies. But if we run into you at more places, then it'll start to click. Just like there are a lot of people that I end up not recognizing if they change their hair or their clothes or something from the last time I've seen them. Recharge. Now, believe it or not, we get social burnout where socializing burns us out. A lot of things burn us out, but socializing is one of them. And we have to recharge, kind of like you charge your phone or charge your laptop or iPod so you can use it. Now, of course, to an outsider, this could be seen as, oh, they don't want to talk to me. Oh, he's antisocial. Oh, this, they don't care about us. But in reality, we're just so burnt out from the world and just need time to recuperate. And once we recuperate, then we will talk to you. Think about your cell phone. Can you use it if it's dead? Or think about your car. Can you start it if the battery is dead? I want you guys to think about those analogies. Lack of details. This could cause problems if you do not give out all the details when you want us to do something. If you want us to meet up somewhere and you don't provide enough details. And if the person shows up late or don't show up at all, of course this could be seen as, oh, they didn't even care to show up. Or, oh, they didn't even care to let me know, or whatever. But the reality is, we didn't have enough details to know when to meet you. If you just say, meet me at Subway, well, if they live near 10 different Subways, and of course I have to drive by all the Subways looking for you. But if you say, meet me at Subway at 4 o'clock on Joe Street, don't just say 4-ish, because what is that to us? You want me to meet you after 4, before 4, 10 minutes after 4? So just outright say 4 o'clock, 5, 6, and then specify the street the Subway is on. Autonomous initiative. I was following a Facebook page. I follow several autism Facebook pages, so I can't specifically tell you this one, but they created an interesting topic that also applies to the autism community. And their definition of the inability to do something without being told to, like doing the dishes, taking out the garbage. This could be seen as lazy, but example, oh, he doesn't even want to do the dishes, he's so lazy. But the reality is dishes aren't a part of your routine if you don't do them a lot, or taking out the garbage, or doing the laundry, or walking the dog. It will be odd if, let's say your mom did the dishes, then all of a sudden out of clear blue sky they want you to do the dishes. You didn't see that coming. If the person wasn't expected to do it, then how do you expect them to do it? Because they might think you want to do it. So just stop the mind games and just actually communicate. That is your problem. You don't want to take the time to communicate and just assume that we know your intentions. You just assume we know what you want to do, but don't assume. Actually communicate. If you want Joe to do the dishes, tell him. Want Tom to walk the dog, tell him. Want Sally to get the mail, tell her. Don't just assume they can read your mind, because we can't read your mind. And there are some topics that I didn't mention in the blog, but I think people mistaking tantrums for meltdowns. This one makes me want to yeet people into the stratosphere. Like my mom says my meltdowns are tantrums. I want to yeet her into the stratosphere when she says that. What people need to understand is a tantrum is if you tell your kid no, and they pitch a fit thinking it'll make you change their mind. It'll make you change your mind. My bad. But when autistic people melt down, it's because, too much is happening around them, or they're having trouble regulate their emotions. And sometimes we don't even realize how our behavior could be seen. But if we have no idea how others are seeing our behavior, then it's a meltdown. But when child's tantrum, they look around expecting you to cave in. But if they're not looking around and they don't give a care in the world what's happening, then it's a meltdown. Write this down. Blah, that's a lot of saying down, but you get the idea. And I'm going to have an article linked on my blog that gave me this idea, so you can check that out as well. Because I thought I would link the original concept, which is this article. So if I forgot anything, make sure you tell me in the comments down below. Because then I can make a part 2 and include it. And make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell so you know when I'm posting. And I'll see you in the next video.